Xiaomi.
Okay. 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 Okay.
Xiaomi. Xiaomi.
Hello everyone and welcome to yet another launch of our Xiaomi series, and today we are here to talk about our TVs and in particular a brand new lineup that we're calling the X Pro QLED series. Now this is a journey that we started in 2018, and I think Gautam, you were there in Xiaomi itself to experience the magic behind the scenes. And for me personally, when I talk of the TV journey that Xiaomi was on, the biggest memory that I have in 2018 was on Feb 14th, we launched the thinnest TV ever, right? that was absolutely incredible. Yeah, so it was thinner than a coin, I believe, which was, I think, insane. And even till this day, people keep talking about it. But I think that's something very specific. But beyond that, I think what Xiaomi has been able to do since 2018 is really democratize technology in the TV space. And I think all of us really wanted TVs as a category from Xiaomi. And once it came here, it really enabled people to get access to smart TVs in particular, right? Up until then, I think there were, of course, high resolution TVs, maybe 4K, maybe non-smart ones as well. But 4K with, a proper software that people can access and use intuitively was really lacking. So what was the experience like on the Xiaomi side of things, actually?
Actually, we did a lot of fan meets where, we had like fan ask for a product, and most of the time they would ask for a Mi TV because, Mi TV was all the rage at that point of time and people just wanted, and it was like doing some great numbers as well, and the pricing was insane. So we thought that, we'll probably tease the product and somehow we'll let people, guess what are we trying to launch. But the problem we had was that in one of the sunglasses that one person was wearing, where he was looking at the product, the TV was visible. So a lot of fans took that screenshot and started spreading it, saying that Mi TV is coming. And that entire bezel thing, right? Even, I keep saying this in all our conversation, but I also bought the Mi TV 4 because of the same thing, that anyone who, shows up at my place will look at the TV from side and then they would notice that, it's really, really thin. And that's the magic of that particular thing, right? The Mi TV 4. So huge excitement. I think the inclusion of patch wall really made things a lot better because, earlier they were, like you said, there were TVs and all that available, but it was not intuitive enough that, how do you call something smart? Smart is basically when it understands, when it knows what needs to be done, what the consumer would prefer, and how do you get it, how do you put it in front of the consumer? So it was one of those things, and along with that, super thin design, I think it started, with a huge success for the entire TV series.
Yeah, I think, like you rightly said, up until that point, I think people thought of smart TVs as just having applications on it. But how exactly does it benefit the consumer was something that was lacking, right? Because patch wall, we allowed content to be heroed first, regardless of what platform, what app you could search. That universal search was a big thing. And the fact that you also have IMDb ratings that was built in. So all these smaller nuances really gave a great TV experience overall. And I think since then, the rest is history, as they say, because number one, in the category for a really long time, and the fact that we have sold millions. And I think that's a testament to the sort of quality as well as the intuitiveness that we have in terms of this TV category. And I think recently when I was actually beta testing this upcoming product, 3 major things that stood out for me. One was the fact that the contrast is much better. The brightness is also better. And of course, the more vivid colors. So we're here to talk about the Xiaomi X Pro series of QLED TVs. So anything you'd like to add about these brand new TVs?
No, from my POV, I always get excited when there is some new technology that's coming in. And on Mi TV, Mi TV is like the go-to choice for, a whole lot of consumers around the country. And, when you bring new technology to it, basically it means that, a lot more people get to see something exciting, something new from a brand that they trust. So from quantum dot technology, we both know that, it basically helps, compared to a traditional LED, LCD, it gives you more colors, a better contrast ratio. So, you see your blacks, in a movie, like I keep watching Interstellar, and, when you have that perfect scene of, that spaceship and shuttle in that space, you want those blacks and that, the color of the shuttle to really pop out. So it really helps with that. And of course, brightness, because, the better range you have, the more colors you'll be able to see. The high dynamic range really kicks in and, gives you that variety or the scale at which your colors can go. And it's a really magical experience overall, right? And that's why we are also calling it the MagiQLED and not just QLED. Because, when you really see it, and, I've also experienced it, you have also experienced it, when you watch something that you may have seen like 5-6 years ago, but you see it now and you see those colors pop out, you see that, in a whole new detail. And then that's what the magic is, right? That's how magical it becomes. And that's why we're calling it the MagiQLED.
And I think, like you rightly said, the colors is something that really pops. I think one day I was just watching TV with my son. He had some cartoon playing, and I didn't realize I was actually paying attention to the colors just to see how vivid it was, because after installing the TV, it was a completely different sort of experience, especially with, the vivid picture engine that we have that gives you that burst of colors, that vibrancy that you really want. Especially, I think, with the way that, content is developing now, even smaller TV shows are being shot on a much better sort of visual spectacle. So you need something that can actually hero that in a proper manner.
So bluey is extra bluey.
Yeah, something like that. So I think going back to the design aspect of things, I think we have the TV here and it looks phenomenal. So some traits that we carry forward since then, one is the bezel-less design. You can see that, the display stretches to the corners. The metal that we are using to hero the actual display itself, and even the stand, it's so simple but elegantly done. And I think it looks great in almost any living room, and also plays a good role in the overall ecosystem of devices that we generally have, right? Our purifier, RVC, etc. So it looks quite good. And I think that's something that most people take for granted, right? Usually you have a design that does not truly complement the sort of display that you get with it as well. Speaking of display, I think one thing I also tried recently was when I was playing PlayStation 5, I noticed that the visuals were quite smooth. Anything about that on the smoothness or the MMC feature that we have?
Actually, from gaming POV, I mean, you are using a PS5, so of course the gaming experience is going to be super smooth, and the display, with the high contrast ratio and better brightness, definitely gives you those extra visual. And now PS5 can also go up to 60 Hertz, so you get the best smooth experience on the TV. But even when you're, let's say, watching a sports or something, watching a cricket match or a football match, the MEMC comes into place and really gives you that extra effort. Generally what you see is when a batsman hits a ball, if you're watching it on TV, you see this jerk happening, and you don't really have that smooth motion of the ball. So with MEMC, basically that becomes possible, and you get very you're there at the stadium kind of a feel.
Very immersive sort of feel. Yeah.
Correct. Otherwise, without MEMC, it still feels very movie or TV show like. It does not really give you that realistic impact. But with this, you really feel inside the stadium, and you really see the entire thing in the best frames possible.
Yeah, I think that really makes a difference, and I was also noticing that. And even in terms of the actual ability to show color, because this has Dolby Vision, I think that also makes a huge difference. And the best part I like is the fact that, whether it's our tablets, whether it's our phones, TVs, all of them support Dolby Vision. So that consistency across all these devices is also maintained really well, giving you a great visual experience. And we have Dolby Audio as well, right, on this. So 30-watt speakers, again, quite immersive. I think most brands that I see out there, they either tend to, downplay some aspect or the other of the TV, saying that, consumer's probably going to buy his own set of speakers. So I really don't need to give a good immersive audio setup. But in this, we have actually gone to great lengths to ensure that it's great across all different aspects, not just one part of the TV itself. So anything on the audio bit that you want to talk about?
So I think it's more to do with how, consumer sees Xiaomi TVs, and how consumer has seen Xiaomi TV or any Xiaomi product is that whatever they buy is a complete package. It's not like something that you buy and then you buy something else to support that first, buying decision. And if that is the expectation of, the majority of consumers, then it basically makes a lot more sense for us to, not look at, if people buy soundbar or not, but to give that great sound experience right out of the box. So a lot of people believe that, because they'll buy, let us give a bad experience, but that should not be the case. And it is not the case with the Xiaomi TVs as well. On Dolby Vision side, I think, with the Netflix, the 4K tier, of course, you have almost all of Netflix content in Dolby Vision. And it looks absolutely stunning. So I think from my POV, now my benchmark is that if I'm browsing Netflix and if it does not say Dolby Vision, I probably might skip it, because, the depth of colors, that cinematic look, I think it's something that once you see, it's something that you cannot really go back from. Dolby Vision really enables that thing, and even the high dynamic range across all OTT channels. Now that all OTT channels offer it, it just makes a lot more sense to have it on your TV and not really think about it later that you should have had that Dolby Vision experience or not. It really works. And even if you have, let's say, a Xbox console, that also supports Dolby Vision. So, even for gamers of Xbox Series X, that also makes a great choice, like having that option.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. A lot of value additions, I feel that, especially once you start using it, that's when you notice there's a huge difference. And even in terms of the overall software, right? Because this is Google TV based and with patch wall. So the best of both worlds of sorts, because most other OEMs out there, they're using their own software, which obviously one from a compatibility perspective may not be that great, or even in terms of storage, this comes with 32 GB of built-in storage. So you can install quite a lot of apps or games. Do you actually install games also natively on the TV? Have you tried that?
I installed a simpler one, like a 2D platformer kind of a thing that would run smoothly on this particular TV. Also because it's easier to control, because I don't really use a controller with the TV as of now, but that gives me an idea. Probably today I'll start, figuring that part out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you do install a lot of apps right now. Even if with OTTs, you have so many apps that not having one of them might not give you the great experience, right? A lot of these OTT apps are also regional. So while people will feel that Netflix, Prime Video, and all this is enough, but like in Punjab, you have Chaupal. So you have all your Punjabi movies and everything coming in. Even on Prime Video, you would have noticed that, they have some channels, and one of them is like Chaupal, one of them would be, I think one channel is also there for Sun. Sun has their own OTT. So again, going region by region, because people do like to consume a lot of content, and, they don't just consume it in English or Hindi, they consume it in regional languages. So you want those apps to be there. So extra storage definitely helps. And Android TV also enables Chromecast. So, when you are watching something on the phone, you can easily send it. Or someone sends you some Google Slides, for example, you can again cast it to your screen, big screen, and you can also present it through that. It's just a very seamless way to do that. And now, so Google TV really gives you that, ease, convenience, and, all your devices are in sync. On the patchwall side, the content comes first. So while, your convenience and compatibility is solved by Google TV, Patchwall puts content right in front of you. So anything new, I mean, people have like a really hectic work schedule. Obviously on Saturday morning, they're not going to search for, which new show is available, or, what do I go and watch. So, Patchwall really solves that bit. So, I keep thinking that, Patchwall is there, so, Swiggy and Zomato should also launch something like that. It basically knows that I keep ordering them stuff and basically put like something new, some new food item, how much people like this food item and all those things, right? So it's all currently like very OTT level. Like you go to a restaurant and you search, Patchwall basically is like, this is the best dish from this restaurant, you should try this. So, it really makes that entire process easier. So, right, like you rightly said, right, best combination of both the world, where you have convenience, you also have content.
Makes sense, yeah. And I think when you're talking about the overall connectivity bit, I think obviously all our phones also have the IR blaster, which you can use as Mi Remote. But this also is a slightly new version of the remote with more buttons, which allows easier access, right, for Netflix, Prime, Hotstar, YouTube, and even Sony Live. But I think the remote is something that's become quintessential and very easy to use compared to most of the others out there. I think the feedback is quite good, tactile feedback is good, and it's also the right size. I see some remotes which are too big. So that way, I think this is perfect in terms of the overall size and functionality. And even in terms of the TV size, right? I think, like we said, the QLED is the next biggest thing that people can go for in terms of value addition from a picture quality perspective and the other parameters that we spoke about. But in terms of size also, we're seeing people step up from like a 32 to 43, 43 to 55, and now even a 50 to 65 sort of a thing. So the X Pro QLED, we're giving in three sizes, 43, 55 and 65. And I think the 65 here looks really insane. I've tried the smaller one, but now that I see this, it's quite tempting to get one as well.
Yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense to have it in bigger sizes because, while market right now, consumers have experienced smart TVs, consumers have had smart TVs and purchased it in the past, the next big upgrade has to be QLED. And when you say upgrade, a lot of people, like when we say aspirational Indian, that we have the entire consumer, having that disposable income. So, it makes a lot of sense to, upgrade, go a size bigger because they want that experience. And like you said, it also, while it is in big sizes, QLED, it also looks very aesthetically pleasing. So, people are looking for that. People are looking for, something that fits in their living rooms, looks nice with their furniture, They also want something that provides higher picture quality, better sound quality, more convenience and all those things, and of course the bigger screen experience. Because it is a household thing, right? It's not a personal thing I have in me, and it's a personal choice. And also, if people have families, if people have like joint families and all, they watch TV together. So obviously 65-inch makes a lot of sense. Or if you are a gamer and you want that very extremely immersive kind of an experience, so bigger screen definitely makes a lot of sense. And therefore, it starts from 43 itself. You're not going, below that, because people will upgrade. So that's the idea behind these 3 sizes.
So bigger sizes, a lot of improvements. How would you like to summarize the overall series itself, the new MagiQLED series? How do you like to summarize it and say that this is what the audience is going to get?
I think for me personally, I would start from how good the TV looks, because it needs to blend in with your furniture. Your wife needs to approve of it, and the entire family needs to love it, because it's a TV. TV has been loved for generations.
It's
right?
the centerpiece of your household. I think like Joey once asked, like, what's your furniture pointing at, right? Which is your TV basically.
Yes. So definitely aesthetically, bezel-less design, the metal frame, it all looks really good, really pleasing. Then picture quality matters a lot to most of the people. So you have Dolby Vision, you have HDR, you have like a 4K resolution, and of course the MagiQLED, so QLED technology that gives you better color, higher contrast ratio and brightness. A great sound setup with 30-watt speakers with Dolby audio support. The remote that we have, early on when we launched this TV, everyone had those big remotes, that now if someone like a Gen Z sees that remote, he would feel like, there's some space shuttle launched by ISRO and, somehow they left the remote at someone's place. But this minimalistic design definitely, it makes everything very easy. It's very interesting. You don't even look at the remote while you're, operating the entire TV. It just happens very, when you go back to some other remote, like generally for a home theater and all, you would still see those big remotes.
You need to look at it and then
you
understand.
Keep looking at it, and you don't have no idea, what the 80% of those buttons are for. So, it makes it really intuitive, and adding those, with the data points that we have, saying that, people do use these apps a lot more than the other. So adding a quick access button really makes that entire process easier, and you can quickly get into your content very easily. So overall, I think great display quality, sound quality, overall design of the product, and of course the great remote that it comes with, it definitely, gives you a great experience. On the software side, you have Android TV for the convenience, and patch wall that puts content right in front of you. So overall, a great entertainment, experience, a very quick entertainment experience, and a very premium looking entertainment experience.
Tomorrow's on the way, and the sky is bright as we watch our dreams ignite, as we watch our dreams ignite. There's a spark, there's a flame, this is a fire that cannot be tamed. Where there is smoke, there's a spark, there's a flame. As our dreams ignite, I can see as our dreams as our dreams ignite.
We also have an updated X series of TVs, right? Any thoughts on that? What are the new things that we bring?
So X series is in general, the premium TV watching experience. So we are upgrading it. It comes with the 4K experience with Dolby Vision. You also get HDR. You also get like great sound experience, and again the same patch wall plus Android TV experience. Like while QLED adds to that color accuracy and all those things, the X series basically makes sure that the entire convenience part is still there, because there are still people who are buying their first TVs, first smart TVs, and they want to game, they want to watch content. So, a really premium experience for those users as well.
Regardless of what you're looking for, I think there's an option for each of them, right? And I think perfectly summed up. Now moving on to the part that everyone's looking for, which is the pricing and availability. So all the details, including where you can buy it, when you can buy it, and the pricing is available on your screen right now. Take a look at it. This is the brand new MagiQLED. That is the Xiaomi X Pro series of QLED TVs that is there on your screen. And like Gautam was mentioning, we also have something that's a bit more convenient, a bit more accessible for people who may be even looking at their first smart TV, the Xiaomi X series of TVs, and this is the pricing and availability of the same as well. Now with the TVs done, we actually have some more products for you guys, so there is a bit more of a surprise, I think, including a smartwatch and 2 power banks as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at what those bring as well to the table.
Alexa, turn off the lights.
So that was the brand new Xiaomi X Pro series of QLED TVs and the X series of TVs, both of which go on sale starting from 30th of August onwards. And we also launched the brand new Redmi Watch 5 Active, as well as 2 new power banks, the Xiaomi Power Bank 4i with 20,000 mAh capacity and 33 watt sonic charge, as well as the more pocket-friendly Xiaomi Pocket Power Bank Pro with 10,000 mAh and 33 watt sonic charge as well. So thank you so much guys for staying tuned. Thank you so much Gautam for also participating. See you guys